Item 2.1, call to order. I will call the Paris Union High School District Board meeting to order at 2:01 p.m. I'm going to ask for a roll call to determine a quorum. Trustee Nelson.
Here.
Trustee Vallejo.
Here.
Trustee Stafford.
Here.
Trustee Campos.
Here.
And myself, Trustee Garcia, here. We have established a quorum. Item 3.1, invitation to address the Board of Trustees on closed session items only. Are there any public comments on closed session items?
There are no public comments. Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Item 4.1, adjourn to closed session. Do I have a motion to adjourn to closed session?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? See none, please vote. Item 4.1 passes 5-0. We will be adjourning to closed session at 2:02 p.m. Item 5.1, the regular board meeting of the Paris Union High School District is reconvening at 5:07 p.m. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
It's my turn for the invocation, but you guys can all have a seat for really quickly, please. It's okay. I just wanted to, words from the board doesn't come until 19.1, which is way at the end of the thing, so I just wanted to talk really quickly. As a lot of you know, this is my last board meeting. Somebody else beat me in an election, and I wish them all the luck, but I wanted to say thank you to last 12 years being on the board. Met a whole bunch of people. Worked with a lot of people, and I want to say thank you to everybody who I met along the way and helped out, and all the board members, present and past board members, former superintendents and the current superintendent, just everybody for making that a very enjoyable experience over the last 12 years, and I really appreciate it all. Thank you very much.
Item 7.1, recess. The board president will recess the meeting to conduct the regular board meeting of the California Military Institute Charter School. We are recessing the meeting at 5:08 p.m. to conduct the regular board meeting of Paris Union High School District is reconvening at 5:59 p.m. Item 8.1, revision, adoption, ordering of agenda November 20th, 2024. Is there a motion?
Moved.
Second.
All right. Any discussion? See none, please vote. Item 8.1 passes 5-0. 9.1, report out of closed session.
Thank you, Mr. President. In closed session, the Board of Trustees took action to appoint Mr. Joseph Williams as the Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum, Instruction, and Innovation Services effective November 21st, 2024, with a contract of employment to be approved at the upcoming December 18 regular board meeting by the following vote. Trustee Garcia, yes. Trustee Campos, no. Trustee Stafford, yes. Trustee Nellison, yes. And Trustee Vallejo, yes.
All right, item 9.2, district update by the superintendent.
Thank you, Mr. President. First of all, I would like to welcome and introduce Mr. Alfredo Andrade, Chief Human Resources Officer for our school district. Welcome, sir. I would like to share that today I have the privilege to attend and participate in the Paris High School senior mock interviews. It was a wonderful experience, wonderful students that we have there, and I really enjoy it. Also, I would like to report back and that I really appreciate the relationships and a collaborative leadership that we have with both associations. certificated and classified, and we are doing this through the Certificated Relations Council, Classified Relations Council, and the Paris Relations Council meetings. It has been a pleasure also to participate and attend the recognition of our wonderful students at the Student of the Month. It has been really great to be there, listen to their stories, the challenges that they have been facing, and it's really encouraging. Also, I had the opportunity to attend the Unified Sports Soccer game at Paloma Valley High School. It was great to see our students how to come together and play and foster the sense of inclusion and have all of our students playing together. You are going to see, if you have the opportunity, to see a video interview that Menifee 24/7 did for me. So whenever you have a few minutes, if you would like to see it. And if you, after that, you have any questions, please email our executive assistant with any questions that we might answer to you. We are focusing on addressing the needs of our district, and I want to thank our business department for participating in the training and the informational meeting on medical billing, because we want to be proactive and don't wait until we are facing a financial issue in order to start addressing things. So we are going to implement a system, and we are going to put a system in place where we are going to be getting reimbursed in our positions in the different staff members who provide social, emotional support to our students, that they are self-sustained. So we don't have to lay off those staff members and stop the services for our students. I understand last semester, it was a very difficult situation, and we are working really hard to avoid that from happening in the future. So thank you to the business department for embracing this approach. The whole team, yes. The business department, everybody. And also we have other in-ed services also, yeah, because they are part of the team that is going to go through this process. I have the pleasure to attend the California Association of Black Educators Conference, CAPSE. And it was a wonderful experience, and not only the time to the networking and getting to know another colleagues, but also specific actions that we can implement here in our district. So looking forward once we have our new assistant superintendent of pupil services to address some specific issues that I learned during that conference. That is the beauty of attending the conference, is to come back and implement those what we learned there. I want to mention also, and I want to celebrate, even though it's not here, but the Riverside County Office of Education invited us to go to Heritage High School to celebrate, to make the announcement of the Riverside County Teacher of the Year. And from Heritage High School, it is Mr. Nicholas Kalantar. Congratulations to Mr. Kalantar. Also, I'm very glad to see we saw the improvement with CMI in terms of the reclassification, but the Paris Junior High School District also is working with a laser focus on helping our students. And I had the opportunity to attend the English Learners Leadership Meeting, where there was a data analysis and identify actionable data, where they are going to be setting up goals and how to improve and help our students with measurable achievement parameters. Lastly, but not least, I want to say thank you to Trustee Ellison for your years of service, sir. I really appreciate it. Your service to our community, to our students, and to the families. Same thing to Ms. Vallejo, and congratulations, Ms. City Councilwoman. And thank you also for your service to our students, to our community, to our families. Now, I would like to ask for the opportunity, if we can have a small break, Mr. President, to present, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, some plaques of recognition for the services to our trustees, and have a recess for a celebration with some cake for David and Elizabeth. Yeah, 15 minutes, 10 minutes. Sir? Okay,
Before we go on break, we're going to give the plaques.
we are going to give the plaques before, yeah.
Go ahead, Dr. Rao. And then we'll take a 15-minute break. Okay, there we go.
On behalf of the Board of Education, Cabinet, our students, because they're the most important part of our school district, families in our community, I'm presenting this recognition for your service in our community. Know that everything that you did for our students came from your heart. That is the main. Also, I want to add, is the board president, and you can read this, towel.
My wife's gonna hate me now. And no arguments here,
At the dinner table.
It is my honor as superintendent of our district to present this recognition to you on behalf of our students, cabinet, the board, our families, and our community. I know that you are going to continue to do a service for our community, the city council, and I really appreciate everything that you have done for our district. And again, I know your heart is with our students. And I'm looking forward to working with the city council in some projects that we have, because we are here to support our community, and the city government with the school district, we can accomplish a lot of things for our students and our community. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. At this, oh, wait, go ahead. No, go ahead.
We have one more. President Garcia.
Oh,
Señor Presidente Garcia, on behalf of the Board of Education, and again, my students, my families, and the community, I'm presenting this recognition to you for your services, the years of services as Board President. And for thank you, sir. Thank you. President, you want to make the announcement?
Yes, we're going to go on a 10-minute break, so come back at 7:21. Item 9.3, student representatives to the Board of Trustees.
All right, I believe that's me to start. Okay, from Heritage High School, we have student representatives Rashad Anderson, Taylor Grunder, and Devin Saunders.
Good evening, members of the board, Dr. Rao, and members of cabinet. My name is Rashad Anderson.
I'm Devon Saunders.
And I'm Taylor Grunder. We're excited to talk about the events and activities that have been going on around the school in the month of October. October was filled with fun events that our Patriot family enjoyed. Our homecoming festivities were a huge success, featuring a pep rally, football games, and a dance. The pep rally was a fully student-run event, with our teams handling the lights, music, decorations, and planning to ensure everything went smoothly. We were honored to invite students from Paloma and Liberty to attend our rally to gain inspiration and ideas for their own events. That evening, our football game secured a victory over Lakeside. The halftime show was another highlight of the day, showcasing incredible performance by the cheer team, band, and the dance team. This was followed by a march featuring all of our clubs on campus, following in the announcement of our homecoming head of the house. The celebrations continued with the homecoming dance, where we took charge of the decorations to create a full Alice in the Wonderland theme. The event featured a live banda, a DJ, and a variety of food truck options, making it an unforgettable night for everyone.
Our fall sports had an incredible season, wrapping up in October with impressive achievements across the board. The boys' football team came only one game shy of advancing to CIF, showcasing their hard work and dedication throughout the season. Our boys' water polo team made it to the first round of CIF, demonstrating their skill and teamwork in a competitive environment. The girls' tennis team advanced to the second round of CIF, reflecting on their strong performance and determination. Additionally, one of our girls' golfers qualified for CIF individuals, highlighting her exceptional effort. Congratulations to all athletes for an outstanding fall season.
Our class of 2025 club organized an amazing senior tailgate ahead of the senior night football game, and it was a huge hit. The event featured a variety of food trucks, crown decorating, and plenty of games that brought everyone together. A recent change in our drama program marked the retirement of our longtime drama teacher, who passed the torch to one of our amazing teachers on campus. She embraced the role with dedication, spending countless hours working with students to bring our fall play, Middletown, to life. The hard work and commitment of everyone involved truly paid off, as they delivered an incredible performance that showcased a remarkable talent and brought a variety of characters to life on stage.
To close out the month, our school embraced the fall spirit with exciting activities, including a haunted house created by ASB. The haunted house was a thrilling hit, delivering plenty of scares and screams as ASB members took on the roles of spooky characters. Students and staff alike had a blast navigating the eerie setup, making a fun and memorable way to celebrate the season.
Lincoln joined in the fall festivities by organizing a freshman fall festival, creating a fantastic opportunity for students to bond with their classmates. The event, filled with games, laughter, and plenty of spooky fun, helping everyone get into the fall spirit. While strengthening connection among peers, it was a wonderful way to foster a community and celebrate the season together.
Our November Student of the Month was David Martinez. Around campus, you can find David not only leading his peers, but taking on leadership roles with Link Crew, FFA, and our Think Together After School program. Thank you to David for all that he does around school. Here are a couple of our upcoming events. We have our UC and CSU application workshops beginning November 20th, softball player-parent meetings on December 2nd, girls soccer tournament begins December 5th, Cocoa and Cram is December 11th, and we have a cheer clinic on December 14th.
This concludes our presentation. Thank you so much for the continued support of what we do here at Heritage, and thank you for your time.
Trustee Campos.
Hello, I have the privilege to introduce Liberty High School student representatives Philip Chu, Jeremy Malabo, and Alina Zavala.
Dr. Rao and the Cabinet. I'm Alina.
I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Phil.
And this is
November Liberty Recount.
Ryder is our selected student of the month. He is involved in varsity football and basketball and also a part of our ASL club. He is a dedicated and enthusiastic student on campus, and he is proudly representing the herd.
On October 23rd, Liberty was proud to host the second annual Fall Festival. Sports and club were able to host their own game booth, and it had a great turnout for our community and our school.
Our fall play, Arsenic and Old Lace, was hosted by our Bison Theater Troupe this month. The play centered around a murder comedy and was very entertaining for students in the community. Our ASB team got the opportunity to go to a leadership conference at the Disneyland Hotel Conference Center. It was an incredible experience to meet and interact with other schools' ASB classes, and we got to learn a lot about leadership.
On November 13, our junior ASB class hosted its second annual Bison Feud, which invited teachers and students to compete against each other in a fun family feud style game.
We're proud to announce that Liberty's Staff Member of the Year are Ms. Mejia for Teacher of the Year.
For Clerical Employee of the Year, we have Anthony Gutierrez.
For Custodian of the Year, we have David Cedillo.
And for Paraeducator of the Year, we have Marcos Navarro.
And for Counselor of the Year, we have Mr. Padilla. Liberty High School is also proud to announce our newest resource officer, Officer Harlow.
For upcoming events, we have our Fall Dance Showcase on November 21st and 22nd, and our Winter Stampede on the 22nd.
We have our Winter Spirit Weeks from December 9th to December 13th, and our Winter Showcase on December 11th.
Thank you for your time.
And as always,
Go Bison!
Trustee Stafford.
I'd like to introduce student representative from Paloma Valley High School, Hannah Ruff.
Hello, Pierce Union School Board. I'm Hannah Ruff, back again with the Wildcat updates from October to November. Starting off on Halloween, we held a new event called Scare Street. This event was during both lunches, and our students had a fun time going to different tables hosted by various clubs where they could play games and earn candy. It was our first time holding the event, and it was a huge success. Next, we had Leadership Day, where our 3 leadership groups, ASB, Plus, and Link Crew, met in the gym. We listened to a guest speaker explain what it means to be a leader, played fun games, and discussed how to make our school a better place. Turning to classes, let's hear it for our engineering students who competed in Mesa College's annual model roller coaster competition, with 2 of our student engineers placing on the top 10. On November 1st, we had our last football game of the season against Liberty High School. The theme for the game was Blackout, and our student section was loud, energetic, and looked amazing. The game also celebrated seniors in football, cheer, and band for all the hard work they put in throughout their 4 years at Paloma Valley. And let's give some love to the rest of our fall sports teams that wrapped up their seasons as well. Cross country, girls volleyball, girls tennis, girls golf, and boys water polo. As we head into winter sports, Wildcat teams include basketball, competition cheer, soccer, wrestling, and girls water polo. Speaking of student appreciation, congratulations to Alessandra Pimentel for earning the title of November Student of the Month. Well deserved, Alessandra. Then, just past Veterans Day, we held another Muffins with Military event. Military veterans from several generations connected with their students to bring their service experiences to life. The event was packed and patriotic. And finally, Wildcat celebrated our Staff of the Year as Principal Blyde brought the good news with balloons and a pep squad. Congratulations to the Staff of the Year. That's it for this month. I'm Hannah Ruff with Paloma Valley ASB, and I'll see you next month.
I would like to announce student representatives Jacob Cooper and Melanie Molina Garcia.
Good morning, school board. My name's Melanie.
And I'm Jacob.
And today we're going to be going over some October through November highlights.
What was October 24th?
October 24th was Think Together's Lights On Mini Carnival, which included many free food, including popcorn and cotton candy, as well as fun games for all the students who participate in.
I'm a little hungry.
Didn't you go to our school's very first food frenzy, which was hosted October 25th?
Oh, that's right. I did go to that. We had vendors such as the taco truck, the ice cream truck. Hey, what did our clubs and sports sell?
Many of our clubs and sports participated in this event, including Link Crew selling esquites, NHS selling maruchanes. Many other clubs participated.
That same evening, we had our football game, Senior Night, which included all of our seniors from football, cheer, band, and athletic training.
Following our senior night, we also had our most anticipated game of the season, our Pink Out themed game, which was in support of breast cancer awareness. Wednesday, October 30th, we had our first blood drive of the year.
Our participation rate was a lot higher than last year, from both students and staff.
During our kickoff to college day to prepare our students for their future careers, Counselor Mr. Rodriguez had the opportunity to take some of our students on a field trip.
During the week of October 28th through November 1st was our Red Ribbon Spirit Week. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Monday was Dodgers versus Yankees, Tuesday was Wear Your Flannel, Wednesdays was Wear Red, and then Thursday was Bring Your Costumes. That Friday, we also had our Dia de los Muertos themed Spirit Day. We also had some amazing performances from our Baile Folclórico team, Grupo Línea Directa, and our Link Crew student, Jasmine Graciano. Thank you to all our participants.
We had the opportunity to take some of our ASB students down to CATA. What's CATA?
Great question, Jacob. CATA is a leadership conference where over 2,000 students united to better improve their school's culture. Saturday, November 9th, our Key Club, alongside all the Southern California Key Clubs, participated in Fall Rally South at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Fall Rally, or more commonly known for us, Fall Rally South, is an annual Key Club event where all the Key Clubs in Southern California go to Six Flags to compete for the most spirit.
Lastly, let's celebrate our Student of the Month.
Mr. Sean Youssef.
Congratulations once again.
And that was all the highlights for the months of October and November. My name was Melanie.
And I'm Jacob.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Trustee Stafford.
From Paris Lake High School, student representatives Zaya Camacho, Natalie Gallegos, Leslie Perez, and Nia Salazar.
Hey Falcons! Welcome to this month's Paris Lake Monthly Highlights. We're super excited to be your student leaders here at Paris Lake High School. Let's dive right in and see what's been happening around here. First up, have you noticed something new on the streets of Paris? A huge shout out to Mayor Vargas and the City of Paris for celebrating our amazing alumni with school banners. If you take a drive down 4th Street, you'll spot banners showcasing our Paris Lake and Scholar Plus graduates. They're representing their next big steps, whether it's college, trade schools, or military services. It's such a proud moment for our school and for our city. And speaking of the City of Paris, we want to thank them again for installing new crosswalks and street signs around our campus. Safety first. This upgrade is making a huge difference in making sure everyone stays safe while getting to and from school.
Now let's talk about something super exciting, our CATA Student Leadership Conference. Our ASB leaders had the chance to attend this year's CATA Conference at the Disneyland Hotel. We joined thousands of other student leaders from other schools all over California and learned fresh new ideas to bring back to our campus. After all that leadership training, we got to celebrate with a fun day at the happiest place on earth, Disneyland. For many of us, it was our first time visiting and it was absolutely unforgettable.
Next, we want to highlight an inspiring trip we took to the Western State Carpenters Union Training and Hiring Facility. Our students got to dive deep into the world of carpentry with hands-on demonstrations and tours. It was such an eye-opening experience, and a lot of our students left feeling motivated and ready to explore new career paths after high school.
Before we wrap this up, we can't forget to give a huge shout out to our students from some amazing achievements. First, we got the most improved attendance in the entire district. Way to go, Falcons. Plus, a special congratulations to over 30 students who had perfect attendance in quarter one. You're all killing it.
That's all for today's Paris Lake Monthly Highlights. Thanks so much for tuning in and keep soaring, Falcons.
Bye.
Trustee Vallejo.
Please welcome Pinnacle County Middle School student reps. They went away. Oh, no worries.
Superintendent Dr. Jose Luis Arau. My name is Sela Palarena. I am your ASB student rep.
My name is Isabella Duarte and I'm your ASB rep. We are here to report what's been happening here at Pinnacle for the past few weeks.
October flew by. ASB held our annual Halloween costume dance at lunch, and our students had a great time. We hope to have more in the near future.
A Latino student union, Ms. Heredia, helped plan a meaningful experience at school for the Dia de los Muertos. The community altars and family altars on display all day. Students were presented and throughout the day.
In other news, football and volleyball season is over. Volleyball did way better with our new coach, Miss Tanya. Basketball season is now in session. Open gym was held for the past 2 weeks, and basketball practice is now in session.
Thank you for watching
and staying tuned.
All right, we're going to skip item 9.4. Mr. Miller is not here. Item 9.5, CSEA President Helen Steinmack.
Good evening, President Garcia, members of the board, Superintendent Dr. Arau, and Cabinet. Where has this year gone? We're already getting ready for the holidays, and our students and educators are ready for some needed time away. As you can see from this evening's agenda, our negotiating team worked tirelessly with the district to bring forth 6 MOUs for ratification. The seniority MOU brings us in line with many districts on how we determine seniority by date of hire and not hours. This change will be a huge benefit to help our small payroll department. The MOU on reevaluating substitute coverage, while beneficial for a short period, is no longer viable and an alternative as an alternative for district employee cost savings. The para coverage MOU will hopefully help when the RSP paras are asked to help the SH or SC positions due to absences. Although not the best answer for the employee absentee rate, at least our students do not go without the very needed supports that these positions cover. Sunsetting the Spark hire, the one-way interview system, was another cost savings to the district. Group 1 of our job description revisions is a huge undertaking. An MOU last year envisioned the process to take 2 years to complete, and this is just the first group of job description revisions that are presented to the board. While preparing for this evening, I noticed that one of the MOUs on discipline had been pulled from the agenda. I hope to receive feedback on this item as we expedited the process to get it to the board tonight, and I would like to hear what was the problem with this MOU. We still have much work to do before we can enjoy the holidays. We still have to complete the reopeners for the 24-25 year on Articles 9, hours and overtime, and Article 10, pay and allowances. We will have elections for our executive board and negotiating teams next month coming up, which even means more change on the horizon. We are looking ahead to the recent new additions to staffing at the top levels in our district and the ones coming soon. As special ed, classified, and administration alike are anxious for an opportunity to spread our wings into some new, old facilities on the backside of PALS, and to bring services together for both SPED and pupil services for the benefits of our parents and students. Since coming over to the SPED department in June, it's been rough not to unpack, but to wait and wonder when the impending changes would happen. From a morale perspective, it's great to know something good is finally happening. Space for PALS and SPED has been much needed, and all staff are looking forward to transitions. We only hope that the district is mindful in bringing groups under one umbrella so that the amenities for staff are not overlooked. Safety and security concerns are paramount, not just for staff, but for our students as well. We hope that monies can be allocated to support security at our campus. We will need additional custodial services as well and should not be overlooked. And although restrooms, parking, and closed offices, lunchroom accommodations, water, and copiers may not be the first consideration while modifying the existing buildings, this is our second home, and sometimes we spend more time here than we do with our families. We hope that the line of communication is open, and at some point in the process, our ideas and suggestions are included in the discussions and considerations on what is best for all educators so that we can serve the public with the most efficiency, accessibility, and accountability. As monies are afforded in the most needed areas, I'd like to remind the board that we still lack the extra 5 floater paraeducator positions. We hope that future money may be allocated to support the work that these very important positions fulfill in our district. I trust the guidance under Dr. Rao and in fulfilling the promise of meeting the goals, objectives, and his vision for the mission of Paris Union High School District, and that we become a well-oiled machine operating at full capacity with transparency, honesty, and integrity. A final thanks to Trustees Nelson and Vallejo for your dedication and service to all of us at PUHSD, and especially for Chapter 469. Thank you.
Item 10.1, invitation to address the Board of Trustees on non-agendized items. Are there any public comments on non-agendized items?
Yes, we have 2.
All right, one moment. I'm going to give my spiel again. One, my goal is always to hear everybody out, and I believe I'm very transparent with that. I would like, if your time is coming to a close, to wrap it up within the last 15 seconds as the clock shows it. If we warn you, please wrap it up right away. Sometimes I'm lenient, because you're giving new information, whatnot, and I might go over 10 to 15 seconds at the most. But if your mic gets cut off, I ask that you please stop and go have a seat. If you continue, I'm going to ask the officer to remove you guys, or pardon me, sheriff's deputy. Individual speakers shall be allowed 3 minutes to address the board on each agenda or non-agenda item. The board shall limit the total time for public input on each item to 20 minutes. With board consent, the president may increase or decrease the time allowed for public presentation, depending on the topic and the number of persons wishing to be heard. In addition, the president may take a poll of speakers for or against a particular issue, and may ask that the additional persons speak only if they have something new to add.
Diana Johnston.
Thank you.
First of all, I'm not impressed. I'm just going to read my email that was already written to this district per a complaint and my response. So thank you. I appreciate the response, and I'm grateful, hopeful for a proper investigation into all concerns on this matter. It has been a very difficult situation in more ways than one, as I discussed with Mrs. Tejeda today, who is here. I'm highly concerned for all students and athletes involved, and hope by now all parents have been notified, as this has been eating at me as not only a brand new parent to this site that was hopeful my child would be welcomed into a much needed restart, but a longtime educator I have been. It's all very disturbing, and the effect it's had on my child's self-esteem, confidence, and mental health these past 2 months has been now unraveled as to where his explosiveness and depression escalated from. It hurts my heart, and I only hope all student athletes know they can speak up and not fear retaliation nor intimidation, and that this will not be the culture of what he was so hopeful was going to be his best swim season yet. My son has been very excited to push himself this winter in club to drop the times needed to get into the level he knows he needs to get back to talking to college swim programs. I had wondered why he had totally given up on those dreams and goals and now decided college sports were no longer for him. A complete turnaround from even the beginning of this August. He does have case managers and counselors who have followed him. I definitely want to see this deeply dove into, as even his start at Liberty High School and the major missteps around his scheduling and repeated mistakes and blatantly ignoring my concerns and many, many requests for calls and meetings is all adding up to absolutely absurd, and why has all involved allowed an ASD child to have to experience all of this, especially when all involved are fully aware of his already difficult reason for moving from Hemet to Liberty. Thank you for your time, and I'll be looking forward to hearing the results and conclusions found. Have a good evening.
Jonathan Belloso.
Hello, Board. Once again, I'm here for accountability and transparency. So, as I begin, let me just extend my sincere sympathies, but also congratulations to finishing, your career here with the Board, David Ellison. And I too also felt the sting of defeat, but hey, the cool thing about losing is now you can say whatever you want. So, with that being said, and with the little time I have left, I just really want to bring attention to a couple of things. Unfortunately, Jason Miller, PSEA president, is not here. But if you heard the buzz around town, it seems to be that there's a little bit of a controversy. That controversy being that what originally was a cap of $5,500 for a PSEA endorsement, for the past couple of elections, he's been giving about $10,000 per candidate. And there seems to be a connection between Jason Miller, those $10,000, and which candidates they go to. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. It's fine. I thought at most you guys gave like $1,500. It's Paris-sized, who would have thought it? But back to the point is there is a little connection there. There is a Daniela Andrade, also happens to be here in the audience, married to our now Chief HR Staff, appointed by particular board members, which last meeting also said that, oh, we forgot that we knew him, who also happened to be their treasurer. What a coincidence. All have in common and all happen to have those $10,000. I ran a school board race. My budget was $1,300 combined, raised by my own money. I don't know why you need $10,000 for a school board race. It was noted that Ms. Vallejo and David Nelson were the only ones on record who did not receive from that point, as far as what I know. Also, with little time left, I'm just curious as to what can we say. I don't know what rigmarole Trustee Campos has for us, what disdain Stanford will say to just gloss over it, or how you, Trustee Garcia, are going to go ahead and tell me that we're the good guys. We care. So at the end of the day, I'm just confused as how can we say we're about accountability, transparency, when you don't even have cameras in the damn room? There's controversy left and right. Good people are being fired. And when two people in this room have sexual harassment, there is a Steve Campos in the room who I believe is told to have 10 plus sexual harassment cases against him. And Danielle Andrade also having a history linking, so you guys probably have a lot to talk about. So that's just with the time I have left. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Any more? Item 11.1, consent calendar. Approval of consent calendar items. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
All right, any discussion? See none, please vote. Item 11.1 passes 5-0. Item 12.1, discipline, October 2024 monthly suspension report. Item 13.1, general functions, approval of the health and welfare benefit increase for board members and cabinet. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah. Quick question was why? This is not the direction that we should be going. So if I understand this correctly, it's cabinet and board members, is it free health and welfare benefits? What about everybody else? It's, we only work like once a month. I don't think we deserve to have it all paid for, to be honest. And also, I don't know if you guys all know, but we have a very expensive consulting firm that my board will not fire, even though they did their duty. We hired a superintendent, we hired 2 assistant soups.
Point of order, you're going off subject.
Am I really? And we spent $50,000 on a 2-page financial analysis, and now they want and then they want this paid. It's gonna look bad. This is a very controversial topic. I mean, what about
Madam Vallejo, can you please stay on
what
topic?
about equity here? That's what I'm talking about.
No. We're under an action item right now, 13.1.
That's why I said, what about equity here? I mean, why do you guys want this paid for? This is very unfair. This is not equity. If you guys get higher benefits than others, that would look very wrong. That is inequality right there. I don't believe you guys should have this paid for. This is way too much money, and we're spending a lot of money on a bunch of consultants, and you guys just take, and never give. So I'm just wondering, why do you guys want this?
Any more discussion? Excuse me, pardon me, ma'am. Please, ma'am, please don't speak out. I ask that you honor the rules. We have to respect the rules. We ask that you do that too. If there's another outburst, I will ask the officer to have you removed. You have a wonderful night. Any more discussion on item 13.1?
I love how it's all silent and no one
All right.
has
We're going to go ahead and
the
move
thing
along.
to say
Calling for the vote,
anything.
please.
Well, so
Is there more discussion?
I will say this, I don't take the coverage here. With my job and benefits, I actually have great benefits at my employment, so I don't take the coverage, just in case anybody was wondering.
So then why is it on here?
All right, any more discussion? All right, call for the vote. Item 13.1 passes 3-2. 13.2, general functions, review and discuss the attorney firm retention and utilization. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Is it possible to table this until the new board is intact, or do we go ahead and
Yeah,
make the
are you making a motion?
to discuss it? I'd like to make the
So
motion.
you have to make an amendment, right?
Okay, so, yeah, I'd like to amend this item to be tabled until we have a fully constituted new board in December or January, wherever next available.
We'll do January, so that way, like you said, the board can do it?
Sure.
January. Can you restate your amendment?
To table this item until the January board meeting?
Regular board meeting?
Regular board meeting.
And that's the amendment.
I'll second the amendment.
table it, we're voting yes. And if we don't vote to table it, we're voting no. All right, any more discussion? All right, please vote. (13.2) passes 4-1. 13.3, personnel certificated personnel action items. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, please vote. Item 13.3 passes 5-0. Item 13.4, classified personnel action items. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, please vote. (13.4) passes 5-0. 13.5, personnel. Memorandum of Understanding between the Paris Union High School District and the California School Employees Association and its chapter, Paris Valley number 469, regarding seniority hours and tentative agreement. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second? I'll second. Any discussion? Seeing none, please vote. (13.5) passes 4-1. 13.6, Memorandum of Understanding between the Paris Union High School District and the California School Employees Association and its chapter, Paris Valley number 469, regarding the re-evaluation of substitute coverage. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Who was that? Mr. Stafford?
Yeah.
Thank.
And then yourself? Any discussion? Seeing none, please vote. (13.6) passes 5-0. 13.7, Personnel Memorandum of Understanding between the Paris Union High School District and the California School Employees Association and its chapter, Paris Valley number 469, regarding the paraeducator coverage. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
All right. Do I have thank you. Any discussion? Please vote. (13.7) passes 5-0. 13.8, Memorandum of Understanding between the Paris Union High School District and the California School Employees Association and its chapter, Paris Valley number 469, regarding the sunset of one-way video interview Spark Hire. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right. Any discussion? See none, please vote. (13.8) passes 5-0. 13.9, Memorandum of Understanding between the Paris Union High School District and the California School Employees Association and its chapter, Paris Valley number 469, regarding the revisions to current job descriptions in group number 1. Do I have a motion? I'll make the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? See none, please vote. Item 13.9 passes 5-0. Item 13.10, Personnel, Consideration Approval of Employment Agreement for the Assistant Superintendent of Pupil Services. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Wait. I'm sorry, 1 second. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. All right, one more time. 13.10, Consideration Approval of Employment Agreement for the Assistant Superintendent of Pupil Services. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? See none, please vote. Item 13.10 passes 4-1. 1311, curriculum, multi-year case service agreement with the California Department of Rehabilitation for the We Can Work program funded through the Department of Rehabilitation funds in the amount of $1,934,000, and $536, not the general fund. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? See none, please vote. (1311) passes 5-0. 13.12, Building and Grounds Award of Bid 102924, Pinacati Middle School Restroom Rehabilitation Project to Serve Pro of Chino Hills, funded through various facility funds in the amount of $84,623.83. Is that accurate? Okay, thank you. Not the general fund. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion?
Yeah, quick question. How badly was this restroom destroyed? Because that's a lot of money, but then again, I don't know how much all these labor things cost.
Good evening. The restroom was pretty destroyed. The fire caught into the ceiling, into the walls. The fire department showed up, and a lot of the damage actually from the fire department because they had to tear the walls out. They tore down the AC unit, all the stalls, the floor, trying to make sure fire didn't get into the floor, the foundation, the framing of the building. So it tore the bathroom up pretty badly. So this is a complete, everything off the walls, including drywall, new fixtures, new partitions, paint, flooring, new air conditioning unit. So that's why the price tag is so high.
Thank you.
I have a question, Hector. Is insurance a part of this resolution?
Yeah, so we bid the project out. Our insurance carrier has been notified. They will be covering the repair. So this money will be paid for by the district and then reimbursed by the insurance, minus whatever deductible we have.
Okay, thank you very much. Any more discussion?
Is that a new AC unit?
Yeah, it was not very old. We had heard complaints, trying to make things better for the students. We added split systems to these restrooms because they're out by themselves. I don't know if you've ever seen the 700 restrooms at Pinacati. They get pretty hot. So we added AC units, a mini split to each restroom, and it was destroyed during the, putting out the fire.
Any more discussion? Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, please vote. (13.12) passes 5-0. 1313, Building and Grounds, Resolution Number 092425, Resolution of the Board of Trustees of the Paris Union High School District relating to information made available to the public in form of statutory school facility fees, including alternative school facility fees, reportable fees, report to fiscal year 2023-2024. Reportable fees report and findings therein in compliance with Government Code Section 66006 and 66001. No fiscal impact. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? See none, please vote. (1313) passes 5-0. 1314, Business, Authorization for Purchase of Capital Equipment above $10,000, November 2024. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
All right. Is there a second? Thank you. Any discussion? See none, please vote. Yes, 1314 passes 5-0 vote. 1315, Business Authorization for Purchase Orders above $50,000, November 2024. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, please vote. Thirteen fifteen passes 5-0. 1316, Technology Resolution Number 10-2425, a resolution of the Paris Union High School District on the use of artificial intelligence in education. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? See none, please vote. Thirteen sixteen passes 5-0. 14.1, Business Revolving Cash Report, October 2024. Item 15.1, closed session if necessary. Is it necessary?
Nope. Okay. No, sir.
All right, thank you. Skipping 16.1, going to 17.1, Discipline, Board Review of Discipline Matters. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? See none, please vote.
I do have a question, though. Under category, it does say closed session for this item. So is this something we're supposed to be taking advantage of in closed session? Oh, no, it finally updated. I'm sorry. That was from the previous item.
Okay.
My bad.
Magic touch. Was everyone able to vote?
Yeah.
Item 17.1 passes 5-0. Did you get your question answered?
No, my screen just hadn't refreshed. It still showed category as closed session from the previous item, so I just wanted to make sure but it finally refreshed, so we're good.
Thank you. Item 18.1, other items by the superintendent.
Nothing this time, Mr. President.
Thank you. Items 19.1, other items by the Board of Trustees. Trustee Nelson.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. I really appreciate the plaque and the gavel. I am, we used to, for outgoing board members, we used to have like a little pass to all sporting events around the district and other stuff. Do I not get one of those passes? Okay, I appreciate that. Because I do enjoy going to football games and basketball games and plays and stuff like that. District games, yes, not CIF games, I get it. Okay, thank you. Okay, thanks.
Trustee Vallejo, do you want one as well? Joe, can you get Trustee Vallejo as well?
Ms. Vallejo.
Thank you.
And for those of you still here, I appreciate you guys being here. I just wanted to say thank you again for everything that's been going on. I really appreciate everything that's been going on the last 12 years, all the principals taking me on tours and everything and spending their time. I know I was encroaching on a lot of stuff that you could be doing, and I appreciate the time you guys give us. All the employees, you guys do an awesome job with the kids, and I really appreciate everything. Every teacher, every campus supervisor, every nutrition services worker, everybody included, they all do an awesome job, and I see it every day when I go on those campuses. My daughter is still at Liberty, and I see it when I walk through the campus there too. So I just wanted to, again, thank you all for everything, and I really hope to see you guys out and about because I do intend to go to a few more games, at different campuses and stuff. So it's going to be good to see you guys out there as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Trustee Vallejo.
Yeah, a few things that I would like to add is, I don't know if Mr. Alfred can help me out, but you have a campus supervisor. I don't know his name, but I did speak to him on our recent PD days. And he did say a very interesting suggestion if you all want to think about it. But he did say that if we have one PD day of everyone and then the second one of everyone, like in each respective schools, I thought that was a good idea too, because I feel like in every school, many people don't know the rules. I guess it's always miscommunicated. I thought that was a great idea. So if you guys want to think about that, I think that would be very helpful, because then the rules and the I guess everything would be clear for everyone in your respective schools. So I thought that is a very interesting take. Another thing that I want to add is for PD days, I mean, it might sound kind of boring, but if we can add like just how our financial budget works for everyone, and then also for the unions to know too, because I feel like there's such miscommunication. But if everyone's on the same page and knows during the PD days, maybe there we can have a clear communication with how our budget works. That is just an idea that I thought of. Another thing that I want the board to know as well, and I already spoke to this with Dr. Rao, is I know one of our focuses is focusing on attendance and chronic absenteeism, but the other day I did speak with our attendance specialists, Marlene Hernandez and Elizabeth. They're an amazing group of women. They work very hard, and they were teaching me everything, and they're very detailed. But what I suggested Dr. Rao to do, and also the board, is please talk to them, because they know everything. They know how the process works, and they're the ones who work directly with the kids as well. So I think we can really tackle that down if we spoke to them, because they are the pros. Another thing that I really want to emphasize on is equity. I will say every school needs a lot of things, and I completely understand, and I wish I can give all of you guys everything you guys want, but unfortunately that's not the case. But I really want to emphasize on is, can we please focus our attention and resources to Paris Lake High School, because they're working for very little of what they have. And those are students that go through a lot of trauma, and they have not so great backgrounds and childhoods. And there's such a great group of students where, they need more resources, so then they can be the same level as all of our other comprehensive high schools. And I guess to explain it a little bit, I don't know if you guys have seen online where it's like 3 kids, and like they're all watching like a baseball game, and like each one has like a different step. That's what equity is. Like, since Paris Lake needs so much resources, and honestly, I wish, I do see that Paris Lake, they're great people. They're great people that they're so, I guess you can say that they're so on it that they want to give their students whatever they want, that they will go to other entities to get those resources. But sometimes I feel very disappointed because we're not giving them those resources, and we need to directly give them those resources. So please focus on Paris Lake, because I do feel like they're lacking the most resources, and they're working with such little that they have, that they should be getting so much more. And I also want to let everyone know that we did it. We completed this meeting. Through much obstacle. But I just wanted to really thank the staff members who were there. You guys know who you are. Thank you for being my voice of reason, and thank you for letting me not go crazy, because sometimes I get crazy because I'm someone who has to work twice as hard, because there's a lot of hidden things hidden in here that I have to research my own, and then some things don't pop up till the day of the meeting. Very unfair, but that's just how things are. But I really like to thank those who really helped me out and who were very supportive of me, because it can be very difficult up here. And if it wasn't for you guys, I don't think it would have lasted that long. So thank you all so much. I appreciate you.
Trustee Stafford.
Just like to say thank you to Trustee Nellison and Trustee Vallejo for your service. Usually I'm the one hearing that from somebody else, but I really appreciate working with you. And no, life isn't easy, never will be. Everybody, please, I got that list of schools. I had about 4 schools, so I know I'm missing somebody. There was more hands on the food drive. So I've got CMI, Heritage High School, and Liberty. I'm missing Paris High? You doing food drive too? Okay. And did I miss anybody? They might have left already, because Shaquan left. What's a good day? Because I really want to get this done. This is not just talk. The food's, my wife says, you're going to get that stuff out of here. So, tomorrow? Okay. I'll just make one loop and bring the stuff tomorrow. Okay. Is there? Okay, I don't have to bother you. Okay. Okay, you're welcome. Okay. I've got a box of books for you. They were given out by your predecessor, not. Okay. No, I can, what do you need? Put your order in. Okay, thank you very much. You guys have a good evening.
Thank you. Trustee Campos.
Well, yeah, I mean, tonight, obviously, a lot of things were said, and so I know for me, I want to address some of them because I believe that we're sometimes operating in a world where things aren't what they may be. And so, you know, I do see some of the social media that's out there. I'm not necessarily a social media junkie, but I am aware of some of the things that do go on out there. And I want to state first and foremost, I have no family working in this district. Okay, I don't know any of the recent hires, not in my circle. So I know that there's been some comments made. There's other stuff out there. I don't know any of them. Okay, I live, in Murrieta, and a lot of my world's out there, yet I'm connected to all these different things via usually rumor amongst social media. But I do want to say that I have no family working here. Other board members may, I don't. So when that's addressed, hopefully you guys can figure out I have nothing there. Because I know a lot of things are said on my behalf or said about me that just aren't true. I also have never made a graduation speech a political one about me. Don't do that. When I make graduation speeches, they're about the students. It's not political. It's not about me. I've also never benefited from an RCOE or Paris Union High School District sponsored trip and ended up with a job. I work in Temecula. I've been working there for almost 20 years. I've been working in public education 29 years. Have never received a benefit from, me as a school board member, so I just want to make sure that that's clear. I also want to add that I have never seen one of my four male colleagues mistreat Ms. Vallejo. I have also learned throughout my lifetime that building relationships is extremely important when you're on a team. And I think from what I've seen from my seat in closed session and in open session, I've tried to build relationships. I can't say that for all board members, but I have. Sometimes the vote goes 3-2, sometimes it goes 2-3, 4-1, 5-0. It goes different ways. But I can say that I know that I try to build relationships with staff, colleagues, because it's important, especially when you're in this position. In the world of politics, if you're never going to win every vote, but you have to build a relationship. You have to try to reach across the aisle sometimes and say, hey, look, I can support this, can you do this, can you do that? We've been in a position where, we were asked to do one thing and it wasn't reciprocated. So I just want people to understand that that's out there. I also have forgiven Ms. Vallejo for her public attacks on my colleagues. So, for me, it's kind of like, hey, things have been said in public. There they go. I didn't think they were warranted. At the same time, they were said. Nothing I can do about that. I also want to mention, I don't get my information from social media. There was a comment made, and I got to review it because it could end up being legal slander. There are some people out there in the Temecula community who have claimed, and I'll kind of briefly explain where it came from. We had a staff member who said that I had 10 complaints filed against me by women. It was false. Not one of them has been filed. Now, that information was brought to that person. I challenged it, filed a complaint against it, and I have an email that basically says I was correct. It never happened. So if you're aware of those 10 complaints, please bring them forward because I don't know of them. So, I know that there's a couple social media, groups out there that make those statements. They're not true. If they were true, why would a district continue to hire and employ an employee who works with women on a regular basis and students? My credential's never been revoked. It's never been suspended. So some of the things that you hear from up there, people have their First Amendment rights. And I just hope that when people take that First Amendment right, that they understand the facts and that they gather the facts. I know exactly who the 10 women who were mentioned. And I filed a counter complaint and explained every relationship that I had ever dealt with them, and it was professional. I might have disagreed with someone who was on a committee. I was very involved in the union aspect of it. And what they did not mention also is that there was like 5 or 6 other males who I had similar relationships with. You know, they bring forward a position, I challenge it from my seat as a union representative. Common practice. Nothing's ever malicious. You know, when you're in a committee, you might disagree with someone, and that's okay. They might send you an email. You might send them an email. You disagree. You agree to disagree. But none of it had ever left the pulpit, the room, never went into a parking lot, never did that. Because whatever I have to say publicly, just like up here, I say it, I walk away. It's over. But I just want you guys to understand that everything that we've done, and it's interesting, and don't worry, I'll end on a good note, but it's interesting, tonight we hired a woman of color. 4 males voted to hire her. 1 didn't. I'm just saying, there are certain things that are being cast out there that aren't true. And obviously, you know what, I do wish you the best, you know, in your work with the city. I hope, you know, everything works out. The one thing I will say on that note, and this was very fortunate, and it kind of goes in, I'll start going into the positive. I think what these 2 communities, Menifee and Paris, don't understand and are very fortunate, we actually work well with the cities. I was at the PUHSD conference, and in a lot of cities, the city and the school district do not get along. We're fortunate. We're fortunate to have 2 mayors who want to support us. We have facilities that we want the community to use in Paris and in Menifee. And it's one of those things where we're blessed. You know, going into this season, I hope people realize that. Now, I'll go out to my shout outs. I want to give a shout out to Principal Blyde and her staff at Paloma Valley High School for their support in sending some of her senior students to the Ronald Reagan Library. I was a chaperone to that. It was a long day. We left at 7:30, got back at about 7. But I will tell you this, that the kids who went to that benefited from it. We got to go on Air Force One and did a lot of cool things. And here's the one thing that I will say, because I don't know what the vision of other board members are, but I know that we're working on attendance and we're doing on different things. You know, hopefully, I'm not saying we'll go to Reagan again, unless it's on a Saturday, but you know, we do have the Nixon Library. We have the Cheech Museum. We have March Air Force Base. We should be doing field trips for every significant grade as we're moving forward, because it's very important. I would like to see a kid who graduates from this school district to say, hey, I'm excited, you know, in 9th grade I went here, in 10th grade I went there, junior year I went there, and senior year I went there. That is really cool. Those are the kind of things that kids remember. They're educational. There's a lot of things at that Reagan Museum that a lot of kids learned. I learned that things that I didn't know. You know, I'm 53 years old. I've never been to the Reagan Library. And I would encourage anybody who has the opportunity to go check it out. I've been to Nixon for an event, but never toured the whole place. So, you know, when it comes to the vision, and I know a lot of people think whatever they want of me. I don't care, because I know why I'm here. I'm here to try to make a difference in the lives of students. That being said, you know, we recently attended the PUHSD conference. It was a great conference. You know, I got to meet with Paris Lake staff, got to share with colleagues that were there, a lot of different things. I walked away from that conference very encouraged about the arts. I didn't realize that, you know, people of color, arts and music is so important to the culture. I wasn't raised in a very musical, cultural background. My mom really didn't listen. My dad didn't listen to much. I mean, I listened to my heavy metal, my rap, and all that other stuff. But that wasn't like my culture. That was my friends. And the one thing that I would like to bring to the school district is, hey, let's look at investing in the arts. We obviously have Prop 28 money, but we need to use that money wisely. We need to use it to, and I know I was having, the CMI staff was there as well. You know, we have to utilize what we have. We have some of the most beautiful facilities in the county. I had a neighbor of mine said, hey, I went to that Paris High School theater. Dude, if I could redo that, you know, I would take that place. And it's like, yeah, it's beautiful. And those are the things that I think we need to work on. We need to work on infusing the arts everywhere we can. to motivate students to go, because we saw a presentation on a musician who kind of took the world on his own. He loved music, had his passion, and he did things on his own. Sometimes he didn't get help from the district because, you know, there's always, you know, money, you know, that they're pinching here, pinching there, whatever it is. But he went out and he did it and he wrote grants. And so I'm hoping to alleviate some of that, because if we have the teachers and the staff who want to go out and pursue that, then I want to encourage them to, hey, how can we help? How can we partner with you to bring the arts alive at your campuses? And it's not just at our campuses. You know, I want to make sure that, you know, hopefully, I only have 2 more years, you know, and then I have an election, and whatever happens, happens. I can only speak for the next 2 years. But in those 2 years, I will do whatever I can to make sure that we're utilizing our facilities with the community, with the surrounding feeder schools, because we really do have great facilities. And at the end of the day, all those kids at those feeder schools, they become our students. And so we're responsible for them. And so on that, I think that's pretty much it. You know, I do want to thank David for his 12 years, Elizabeth for her 4. Obviously, we only got to work together for 2. But, you know, and I'll end kind of like I did at CMI. You know, I think, you know, there's so much negativity that's out there, and I agree. We can deal with it. Well, you can't avoid it. You know what I mean? You deal with it however best you can. You agree to disagree. At the end of the day, count your blessings, because we only have a limited time here on earth, and I do believe that the time that we have, we need to use it wisely. I try to use my time wisely. You know, I can't always say, you know, on a Sunday, you know, when I'm watching football or doing something, that it's the most productive. But I will say this, I'm thankful that I can do that. It's definitely a blessing. So I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving, however you celebrate it. You should be thankful just for life. So on that note, have a blessed Thanksgiving.
All right, thank you. Myself, Trustee Garcia, I want to thank everybody for your time, your patience, your listening skills, which are very important. But I'm going to keep this short. Thank you, happy Thanksgiving, and let's have a great night. All right, item 20.1, adjournment. Regular meeting of the Board of Trustees for November 20th, 2024. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second? Thank you. Is there any discussion? See none, please vote. Item 20.1 is a 5-0 vote, and we are adjourning at 7:30 p.m.